Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. It's a Monday night, it's the price variance. I'm here with everybody's favorite Canadian, Alan, and we are looking at the hottest Silver Age sales of the week. And this week they are sales. Um, and we had a fantastic list over on Alan's channel. So if when you've finished watching this, go to the link below, watch Alan's list because it's a really cracking one with some great comics on it. So we're going to crack straight in, Alan, and start having a look at the five comics on my list. And we're going to start with the Batman.
Yeah, but I love this. I when I saw this one, I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." It's like a court
Court of Jokers.
of jokers. Yeah, isn't that awesome? You know, it's going to be a fair trial when.
Yeah, exactly. And it's another one from the Christine Farrell Complete DC collection.
Yeah,
9.4. I mean, you never see this in a 9.4.
I know. Her collection was amazing. You know, she had the complete collection of DC comics, but she also targeted high grades. So
Well,
this
this one,
it could be one of the highest on the census.
I bet you, if it's not, I'm big surprised. I mean,
Yeah,
look at that cover. That is some,
it's
of course,
beautiful.
Sheldon Moldoff. You
It's
can
white
tell Sheldon
pages.
Moldoff's Joker. This is the Sheldon Moldoff Joker.
Yeah, and he's the one. I think he's the one that did it originally.
Yeah,
In the golden age. So
and even the policeman is Joker.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a fair trial here.
I don't think so.
Right, nice one. $1,680.
Yeah,
I think that's a. I think it should
that
have.
seems like a reasonable price, actually. It
Yeah,
seems, but
does
it's
it?
not a key. It's just a cool
No,
Joker
it's a
cover.
Joker cover. All Joker covers are minor keys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This one has fallen off. Um,
What was the previous sale?
the previous sale was 2,899.
Oh wow. So this one really underperformed, and it's part of a
Well,
pedigree.
either that or this one here is a bit of a strange price. So are you with me? Because that's not COVID. That's earlier that's about 3 months ago.
Yeah,
And it's completely out of reckoning with the previous sale, which was 1.6.
yeah. This is more in line with the previous sale. The
Exactly.
previous
If
sale,
you
I should
ignore
say.
that one, then this
Then
is,
this is right on that line.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so there's an outlier that kind of threw off the chart a bit.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that's
It was a,
actually not bad.
it was a fixed price on eBay.
Oh, I've seen so many people get burned by that kind of thing where they think, oh, I don't want to wait for an auction, and then they overpay by a lot.
Yeah, you can
There's
imagine that happens because you see this on eBay and you go, oh wow, a 9.4. Batman collector goes a
I'll
9.
never see it again.
I'm never going to see a 9.4 again. There are only 11 in the world. Um,
Hmm.
I'm going to buy it. And
Yeah,
if they'd waited a couple of months, they could have got it for $1,000 less.
yeah. And so one thing that I always recommend to people, if you see an eBay listing and you look at the price and you're like, oh my goodness, that's way out of line. A lot of the time what's happening is people on eBay, they're fishing. You know, they're just trying to see if anyone's going to be dumb enough to pay way over the amount, right? And sometimes what you can do is you can write to those people and just say, you just contact the seller and say, hey, look, you're way off the fair market value. Are you willing to sell it nearer to fair market value? And maybe give them a bit extra over fair market value, but not double fair market value. Um, so yeah, so that's I've done that many times and I've gotten some pretty good deals doing that actually, even under fair market value. So definitely try it is my
Good,
point.
good advice. Right. Hmm.
How
Okay.
many are on the census?
How many are on the census? There are 297.
297. So it's really rare book.
Yeah, rare book. That's why somebody
Really cool cover. Actually, this is one of my favorite Joker covers, believe it or not. I just really like it. I like the unfair trial thing going on. I like everyone being Jokers. I think it's just a cool cover.
yeah, yeah. You can see why somebody overpaid for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Right
yeah.
in this
It
grade.
explains the overpay, but
Yeah. Right. On to the next one. Ah, Alan, this is your type of comic. This is a Wonder.
yeah, I put this on because of me. This is this is purely because of me. It's not like a key or anything. It's
Alan is a big Wonder Woman collector. And I've never seen this one before. It's a
yeah,
nice
I
cover.
have it.
You've got
I
it.
have the complete run, right?
Yeah, I know you do. This is a nice one. Number 96 from,
Mine's actually not that low of a grade either. Mine's fairly high grade on this one.
is it slabbed?
Yeah. No, I have a raw copy of this one.
That's a Ross Andrew and Mike Exposito cover.
Hmm. It's
There's
a nice
appearance of
fireball
Angle
cover.
Man. It's not really a key, is it?
No, it's not a key. Is it again from the
It's
complete
from the
collection
Kristen
again?
Farrell collection, so that's why it's so high grade. I mean, it's great looking.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, it's a fireball. It's like Wonder Woman carrying this woman on her, like that is the fireman's carry position, and she's actually doing it correctly. In Japanese, it's called kataguruma.
Thank you for that.
See, now you know. Japanese for that is kataguruma, which is shoulder wheel.
Right. Okay. So, Alan, tell us. You should be the expert on this. Is this a record?
It seemed really high. I did not pay near that much for my
Okay.
pick.
So, Alan thinks this is a high price.
It
So,
seems really high actually. But I didn't I think I paid like
well,
$100
Alan,
from
you are entirely correct. This is
yeah,
way, way, way up.
way, way,
Okay.
way up.
So, the last sale of this was in 2009, so
Hmm.
15 years ago, when it sold for $311.
Yeah, I think
So
I
it
paid
has,
about $100 for my
wow,
copy.
it's
Mine's
gone up
not an 8.0, but
eightfold. It's gone up eightfold in 15 years. Now, this has been a good investment, Alan.
yes, geez, yeah. But I think people like these high grade ones, hard to find.
Well, it's three of
Really
them.
hard to find.
There's only
Yeah.
32 of this on the census,
Hmm.
and there's only
It's not one
three.
you normally get graded though, because
Why not?
again, it's back to that value.
What?
At 8.0, it's like $300,
Well,
right?
well, I think at $2,780,
Well,
people
now it's going to change that opinion, right? Now it's worth grading. But before, nobody would bother getting graded. I
no.
think somebody overpaid on this one personally, but I don't want to say that too loud because I do own a copy of this. Um,
Way under,
it's,
very good value. Should have been 5,400.
it should probably, yeah, way undervalued, yes. So yeah, but really massive sale. I
Might
mean,
be worth
for it to
getting your one
sell,
slabbed, Alan. I know you like your slabs.
oh, I love my slabs actually. But this is a really cool book. I think
Big
mine's like a
record.
5 or 6.
Big record as well.
Yeah. I mean, really, just a really cool book. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool cover. It's great.
Well, that's a nice one. Okay. Oh, yeah, here we go. Regular.
We have to have the regulars. There's a bunch of regulars on this list.
Okay, here we go. Avengers 1. This is a regular. Now I think last time we looked at this, price has stabilized.
Yeah, that was kind of what I wanted to confirm with this, putting this on the list. So
Hmm.
this is Avengers 170, such a key book,
Look at the colors
classic,
on this, Alan.
beautiful. I know, really sharp colors.
I mean, it's got some
I can
spike.
see a couple spine ticks.
Yeah,
That's the problem with that Loki darkness. You can always see the spine ticks.
but look at that red.
I know it's really nice. It has a little bit of marble chipping too. I actually think this is slightly overgraded
I
personally.
think this is slightly overgrade. I wouldn't get this out and regrade
I
it.
mean, it is a beautiful, like the colors on it are really great.
I know, but if you look
But
at this,
I saw a lot of spine ticks and there's a little
if
piece
I had a
out.
comic like that, I wouldn't be saying that's a 7. I'd be saying that's
Yeah.
fine.
I
Mine.
Mine, I would say that's probably a 5 or 6
Yeah,
at the highest.
yeah.
Um, but that's just me being picky. I'm a little bit stricter grader. and there's some chipping on the other side. You can see.
Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
still very strong colors.
yeah,
And that sold for $10,800.
yeah, very strong. Big sale. I don't know how that. I think that's going to be way down compared to COVID,
Oh,
but I
compared to
think
COVID, yes, but it's a question of whether it's stabilized post-COVID.
yeah, that's what I want to know.
And the answer is it has. So,
Actually, a little bit of a bounce up.
yeah, if anything, well, there's the bottom. This is bottomed out at 7.9, and the
Hmm.
last sales have been around this. In fact, the last two sales have been the same.
Okay, so that's a good
10.8,
sign.
10.8. It sold twice at 10.8.
And actually, it looks like it's on the trend line again, like and a
Yeah,
little bit, on the
yeah,
upward trend line.
yeah. Ignore all this stuff
All
here.
that garbage. Yeah, just ignore ignore the COVID stuff. Um, but yeah,
That's a solid comic, and
it is it's a blue chip.
it's a blue chip comic, and it's performing like a blue fit chip comic.
Yeah, it's just what you want to see. Um, how many on the census? So it's a fairly high census, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, 5.6.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, this is, a well-established time period, right? Where it's like, people know that a number one is going to be something to collect.
Yes,
So
because this is 63, so we're a couple of years into the Marvel age.
yeah, but definitely a cool book.
And it's a great cover as well, so I'm not surprised people picked that off the newsstand and bought it. Right.
Hmm.
Okay, very nice. So what's the second? Oh,
It's your favorite.
it's my favorite comic.
Now, there's a bunch of interesting things
Oh,
going for this
no,
one.
here we go. I'm going to be jumping around all over the place now.
This you have to jump around a lot because it is a gold label, but it's also restored.
And it's
So
CBCS.
and it's a CBCS. So lots of fun things on this one. I figured this one, the only reason it made the list is because of having so many weird things about it that I thought, oh wow, this one, there's like so many discussions we can have about it because it's your favorite book. I know it's your favorite book. And it has like restoration, it has signature, it's a CBCS, a whole bunch of fun stuff. Yeah, I thought this would make you very happy.
Right. Okay. So where am I going to start with this one? So I've gone to the CBCS tab on here, and I've
Okay.
gone to the CBCS signed restored. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there aren't any.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the closest, no, there's nothing. Well, the closest is a 3.0, which sold on in September for 16,500.
So this is below the 3.0 sale.
What was the sale?
I think 13. No, other way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is below the 3.0 sale.
So we can just go by that alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very odd. Very odd that it's uh below a lower grade. Generally, it's just like any other thing. They generally get the same kind of price increase, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Actually, the only time you get kind of a weird one is like the 9/8 kind of again 9/8 restored. People are like very, very hesitant to buy.
Right. Now you're going to want to look at CBCS unrestored,
Yes.
blue label,
A blue label. Let's just compare it to the blue label.
which will be 39,000.
Yes, this was a steal. I mean, 1/3.
Yeah.
The way I see it is this, like in a 5.0 range, it should go for between 50 and 60% of the value. Okay?
Who signed this?
Stan
Stan,
Lee.
is this Stan's signature?
Yeah, Stan's signature
Oh, it's the
inside.
curse of Stan has come back again.
Maybe. So generally, signed books go for anywhere from 30 to 50% more. Okay?
Right. So
So
that should be, if we're going on this,
it
and
almost should be like the same as a blue label
the
with
signed
all
one
these things
should
kind of
be the
balancing out.
signed one should be a 50,000 book, but since it's restored, it's a third of should be a third of 50,000.
Not a third, but half in
Oh, so
this
it should
grade
be, it
level.
should have gone for 25,000 then,
Yeah,
and it went for 13.
yeah. Somebody got a steal. I
Uh,
would have bought this book. I mean, that's I don't care that it's restored. It's a signed book. It's cool. And the thing is, like, it's not going to have that curse of that hideous blue label, purple label. I mean,
no,
it's going to have that nice gold label. You know, if you don't know any better, looking at it, you're going to go, "Oh, it's a gold label. That's cool."
when I first saw this, I just thought it was signed. I didn't think it was restored, and then I looked at the price and I thought that can't be right.
Yeah,
And I
it is
thought, oh,
definitely
it's
restored.
definitely restored as well.
So this is the interesting thing about CBCS is they don't do the purple labels, right?
Right. Okay.
They just put that little extra box above the grade where it says restored, which can be kind of deceptive, I find. Sometimes you don't notice that little extra
I think
box.
if you were spending over $10,000 on
Oh
a,
yes, you're gonna look. You're gonna look. I'm just shocked that it went for so little.
I mean, this is professional restoration here.
It's a what?
Professional restoration includes extensive color touch and pieces added to cover, spine slit, split seal, tear seals to cover, cover cleaned and reglossed, staples replaced. I mean, this is.
That's an extensive restoration. So it's
I mean, look at the
probably
look at the
a
quality. Look at that. You can see this. That whole thing looks really clean around that label.
yeah,
It's
it's
to be
probably
done by.
A5 restoration. So when it's extensive restoration, it's probably more like a third of the value or even less. You know, it really like as the more extensive the restoration, the value drops correspondingly. So this would probably be A5, which is the worst. Well, it's professional, but it's the worst level of restoration. So definitely probably a 20 to 30% of the blue label at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
it's still signed.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Um
Right. Alan is finding ever more exotic, amazing fantasies with even more twists and turns in them.
that was I thought was an interesting one. I think still it should have probably sold for around 20 would be my guess.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody got, I think you're right. Somebody got a deal. Right. Expect to see that one back on auction again in a couple of months' time.
Oh
Somebody
yeah. If
turn it.
somebody's gonna flip it, they're gonna make a few thousand on it if they flip it.
Right. And our last comic today is this one. We've had this on a lot recently. Given that,
Yeah, I don't know why.
given it's a
Like
rare comic,
it's a
I
rare
think
comic. You don't usually see it come up.
yeah, we've
Um,
seen it lots recently.
yeah. I was actually shocked when I saw this. I mean, it's a big sale. Um,
Yeah,
and
31.
it's a nice, 6.0 for this book is actually really high grade. This book is always beat. I don't know why. It's just like it's always beat up. It's hard to get in high grades.
Well, this is the first Silver Age Flash, and
First Silver Age comic, even. Like it's considered
yeah,
to be the first of firsts.
it kicked off the Silver Age. Uh,
Yeah.
well, Alan always it depends on which way the wind is blowing with Alan. Sometimes he tells you it's this comic, and then the other next day he tells you it's the comic code.
Well, there's another one, but yeah, but the point is this is considered to be the start of the Silver Age.
Right. So very nice. A 6.0 for $31,200. Just a little bit
Which
of
is a little low in my opinion. I would have thought more like 40 to 50.
well, let's have a
Let's see how wrong or right I am.
um I think it's about where it should be.
Well, yeah. Oh, so what was that big thing up there?
Well,
That
so that the
spike.
last one that sold for 42,000 in June.
That's what I would have guessed. Yeah.
But this one's
But this is more on the actual trend
yeah,
line, whereas that
exactly.
other
I
one
think
was
that's a high
outlierish.
sale.
Yeah. So definitely yeah, so this is really back onto that
I mean,
trend
there's a
line.
lot of luck in this comic game, isn't there? I mean, This comic sold 42,000 in June this year at Heritage.
Hmm.
It sold again, same issue, same, no, it's not exactly the same one, but the same comic. Um, Again, with the same grades on it, goes in for, and you get 10,000 less.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of brutal. Like, yeah, there is a bit of luck involved just with if the right people are present, like you just need two people to really like the book. I guess just a bad day for this one.
Only
Um,
800, only 612 on the census. And I think we've seen most of those 612 in the last few weeks.
I don't know why this book has been coming up so many times. It's very odd. Like usually you see it maybe like two, three times a year. We've been seeing it pretty much every week.
Yeah.
It's very odd, but a great book.
Yeah, no, really nice. Okay,
And that's it.
that is it for this week. We will be back next week when Alan will be showing us curating even more great Silver Age sales. I hope it's as good as this week, Alan. I've really enjoyed the list this week.
Okay.
Bit more variety in it.
I always try to find cool things.
Yeah, a couple
Like,
of records
yeah.
and nothing really dropping this week. Nothing going.
Yeah, actually, this is a good week. I would
Yeah.
almost feel like this is like what you would expect a week to be like. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
what traditionally, like if we had done this like 20 years and, every year we kind of, every
It
week we
feels
kind of
like
look at
20
it.
years
This is
out.
what you would expect.
Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, no, that's probably one of the best weeks we've had actually. Not just
Hmm.
two records, but because of the other ones we looked at hadn't particularly fallen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even that last showcase, it was kind of on the trend line. It
Yeah,
wasn't
no, I
like
didn't
there
really
was a
count
couple
that.
outlier sales, sure, but
It
it
was
was.
there was a an out of ballpark high sale beforehand. It was on the
Mhm.
trend line.
Yeah. I actually thought it was a more expensive book, just because I know how like the low grades go for quite a lot. So it's interesting that there's probably a lot of price compression on this book,
Yeah.
you know, but just yeah, great list. Okay, so well, I'll see you next week.
See you next week, Alan.